A source reveals Bradley Cooper's overwhelming connection to Lady Gaga, but also says not so fast with those romance rumors. We'll explain.
The Duggar family mourns the loss of Grandma Mary Duggar as we learn new details of her accidental drowning.
You're a superhero.
You're a superhero now.
That's why I wore a cape.
That's
why you wore the cape.
Co-stars Jesse T. Usher and Regina Hall break down their amazing experience making the newest installment of Shaft.
Our wedding bells in the near future for Cory Booker and Rosario Dawson.
Plus everything from the chic to the bleak in our Real Housewives recap.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. It feels good to be Thursday.
It does. It's a little rainy here, but it's going to be a nice weekend going in.
Over the hump. We're kind of coasting into the weekend. Today's, by the way, a very special day. One of our favorite Avengers is turning 38. Let's hear it. Come on, guys. Yes.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We're going to rile him up before it's all over. It's Captain America, Chris Evans' birthday.
So to celebrate the big day, we want to see your favorite gifts of the actor. So tweet us some with the hashtag #PeopleNow.
We'll check in on those in a little bit. But for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Watch this.
If elected, you would be the first unmarried president.
The swearing in is until 2021.
Well, it looks like Cory Booker plans to tie the knot with a very special person in the near future. Girlfriend Rosario Dawson, the New Jersey senator and 2020 presidential hopeful, recently sat down with RuPaul on his new self-titled talk show, where RuPaul asked Booker about his unmarried status in relation to him running for president. But Booker reveals he may actually be a married man by the next presidential inauguration in 2021. Dawson was in the audience during that interview, smiling ear to ear when RuPaul mentioned Booker was dating someone very famous, to which Booker followed up saying, "It's someone very special." Dawson told the Drag Race host that Booker asked her out at a friend's party and the rest was history. Booker followed up with explaining how the whole thing went down. Listen to this story. He said, "We met at that party. She didn't give me the time of day. She did me serious shade." Then he added, then we met at another friend's party. Both of us were single at the time. It was a roof party of a dear friend, and I had the courage to walk up to her and ask for her phone number. Bold move.
Yeah.
Well, the pair have since been together since October and have been hot and heavy ever since. He even revealed that he writes her love poems. He gushed, explaining, "When you have somebody in your life who inspires me as much as she does," he finished saying, "She inspires me." Rumors of their romance first sparked back in January when they attended a Broadway show together along with Dawson's daughter and Booker's niece. Then in March, Dawson confirmed the news herself when she was stopped by TMZ in an airport. She told them her and Booker were very much so dating. Booker's a lifelong bachelor, which is rare among declared presidential candidates. This has caused some to question how unique it is for him going into the campaign unmarried. During an episode of Ellen in March, Ellen pressed Booker about the possibility of a White House wedding, to which he asked if she would officiate their nuptials. He told Ellen, "I'm really, really blessed to be with somebody who makes me a better person. She's just an incredible human being. We wish them the best." Hunter Biden is remarried. The younger son of former vice president turned presidential hopeful Joe Biden recently married a South African native named Melissa Cohen. This comes after he split from his brother's widow. According to TMZ, Cohen and Hunter tied the knot on May 16th. Then a source told E! News the couple met the same month as their nuptials and have already gotten matching tattoos. So you know it's serious. Joe Biden has since confirmed his son's wedding news to CBS's Adam Brewster. Melissa's father has yet to meet his daughter's new husband, but tells Page Six she seems very happy. "I've only spoken to Hunter briefly. She's a special girl. She has lots of poise, and she's present." That was their statement. The news of their surprise wedding comes about a month after a report that Hunter split from the widow of his late brother, Beau Biden. In 2017, Hunter made headlines when the family confirmed that Hunter had split from his wife to be with his former sister-in-law, Hallie Biden. This all happened following Beau's death from cancer in 2015. At that time, Hunter opened up to Page Six, telling the outlet that Hallie and I are incredibly lucky to have found the love and support we have for each other in such a difficult time, and that's been obvious to the people who love us most. We've been so lucky to have family and friends who have supported us every step of the way. Joe supported his son's decision, releasing a statement of his own, telling Page Six, "We are all lucky that Hunter and Hallie found each other as they were putting their lives together again after such sadness. They have mine and Jill's full and complete support, and we're happy for them." Apparently, the two brothers were very close. A family friend told People in 2017 that no two brothers were as close as Hunter and Beau. Anyone moved to judgment now has no knowledge of the grace and strength with which Hunter and Hallie have navigated the last 4 years. That was their quote. However, in late April, Page Six reported that Hallie and Hunter split for unknown reasons. A source close to the family told the outlet that it's a private matter and the split was amicable. According to a source, guys, Bradley Cooper has a, quote, huge and overwhelming connection to Lady Gaga, but not so fast. That source goes on to tell people that whether their connection becomes a real love story for all the world to see is a bit premature. Gaga and Cooper made headlines with their strong chemistry in A Star is Born and were plagued with rumors of a possible romance, especially after their intimate Oscar performance. Now, the source adds that the rumors about their love affair didn't help his relationship with ex-Irina Shayk, especially with all his constant traveling to promote that film. People confirmed Cooper and Shayk had called it quits after 4 years of dating. They share a 2-year-old daughter. Now, a different source previously told People that before the news of their split was public, Cooper and Shayk had spent a lot of time apart. That source added that Shayk is not focused on fame and that she just wants to protect her family, adding that Cooper is very into work and is trying to take advantage of every career opportunity right now. We'll be chatting more about the Cooper, Shayk, Gaga dynamic a little bit later on in the show, so stick around for that. Guys, Grandma Mary Duggar's cause of death has been revealed. The Counting On family matriarch died from accidentally drowning in a swimming pool. Washington County Coroner Roger W. Morris confirmed this to People on Wednesday. According to Morris, Mary Duggar slipped. She was 78 years old. On Wednesday, Radar Online reported that a 911 call was made on Sunday, June 9th, for a possible drowning at Mary's home in Springdale, Arkansas. According to the outlet, the call came in at 4:37 p.m. and emergency assistance was requested. The dispatcher reportedly said in part, quote, "Call came in of a possible drowning, older woman, 14 Echo, unconscious. Medics are responding." That audio was obtained by Radar Online. Now, news of Mary's passing was first shared by the Duggars on their official Facebook page Sunday afternoon, where the feisty and incredible mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother was remembered by her famous family in a tribute post. The post said in part, Mary found great joy in sharing her love for Jesus and her own story of how at age 15, she asked Christ to forgive her for her sins. It was at that time that she committed the rest of her life to live for him, a commitment she kept with devotion. The tribute continued to highlight Grandma Duggar's life successes, such as her work as a prime real estate broker and her most important role of all, being grandma to her 21 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. The post concluded, "We deeply appreciate your prayers for our family and all who loved Mary during this time." Of course, we at People have followed along with that family for a while. We wish them all the best in a really tough time.
Thoughts are with them.
Yeah, Andrea, you have more for us in Star Trek.
Yes, I do. We are kicking off Star Trek today with one iconic fashion throwback. This is very exciting, you guys. Baby Phat is back. In March, former model Kimora Lee Simmons-Leisner told People she was planning on relaunching her fashion brand this summer. Looks like that day is finally here. Kimora teased the return of the bedazzled cat all week, and the line officially dropped on Forever 21's site Thursday morning. The Baby Phat Instagram account posted this video featuring Kimora and her daughters in the new outfits, looking pretty fabulous. The line includes everything from leopard bike shorts and matching cropped camis to graphic shirts and so much more. They didn't forget about accessories either. Classic heart hoop earrings and rhinestone chokers are here, and I'm really into the chokers. Can we bring those back again? I love chokers.
You can do it. You did it
always
before,
go out
right?
of style.
Yeah.
But I want them to come back again.
You could just start it.
I could just start it again. Well, looks like Baby Phat's
Or continue it. You can continue
yeah.
it.
Well, prices for the Nostalgia Collection start at around $4, run no higher than $38, which is not too bad. As the brand's fashion designer, Kimora told People in March that the relaunch was, quote, the rebirth of my baby. The brand had originally launched in 1999, but Kimora exited in 2010 from her long-held role as creative director. So now she's bringing her 2 teen daughters along with her to help rebuild and relaunch Baby Phat into the world. Of course, Twitter exploded with excitement over the return of the iconic brand. One user writing, "If you think I'm getting the Baby Phat biker shorts and the one-shoulder crop top, you're absolutely right." Another fan saying, "Baby Phat just relaunched, and guess who's about to be on their 2000s nostalgia stuff?" This fan had a hilarious reaction to the news of the return, tweeting, "Me getting ready to buy that Baby Phat from Forever 21. Another fan reacting with, "You can't just bring my childhood back like this. I'm broke." Very exciting. I want to check out the biker shorts because that's all the rage right now, so I might do it. All right, watch this.
Have you ever been spanked? What? This book has got me in a total tizzy.
Give me the zip ties.
Are you thinking about tying me up?
What?
Nothing, is just...
Grab your friends and your favorite book because a book club sequel is in the works. Very exciting. Actress Mary Steenburgen unofficially announced the follow-up to the hit film while chatting with Andy Cohen on his Sirius XM show Radio Andy on Wednesday. She said this, "I guess we're doing book club too because the film was incredibly successful. It made so much money." And it sure did. The movie starring her, Jane Fonda, Candice Bergen, and Diane Keaton has pulled in over $68 million to date. And there are a number of ways to continue the story of four gal pals whose lives are forever changed after reading the bestseller 50 Shades of Grey. So we're very curious to find out what title will be next to shake things up for the group. They might already be brainstorming because the co-stars recently had a reunion at Diane Keaton's home. Candice Bergen posted this pic of the group to her Instagram, captioning it, "Another Women of Book Club reunion, this time in Miss Keaton's astounding house, which Jane had to bully her into." They look like they have a lot of fun together. All right, actress Miriam Shor is the latest celeb to swing by couch surfing to take a look back at some of her most beloved performances. She is killing it right now on Younger, but she's also starred in films like Bedazzled and shows like The Good Wife. One of her most memorable roles was in the 2001 film Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and this is how her performance impacted her. Watch.
I would say I'm a modest woman in terms of I have a lot of self-doubt about my own looks as a woman, but as a man,
What?
I'm hot. I'm not even afraid to just say it out loud. I did the play off Broadway.
Yes.
I did it in LA, and then I did the movie, and it changed. I did the workshop before that. It changed my life. It changed the way I looked at art. It changed the way I worked as an artist. It changed the way I looked at New York. It just changed everything, and it started my career, basically.
She's so hilarious. Season 6 of TV Land's Younger premiered this week, and Miriam's character Diana is a temperamental boss lady and queen of the statement necklaces. But how are Miriam and Diana alike, and how are they different?
She's not afraid of jewelry. I don't wear jewelry. I don't even wear a wedding ring.
What?
I mean, I'm wearing this.
No.
Someone gave me this, and I was like, I'll put it on.
She's so no nonsense, so self-possessed,
Yeah.
so powerful, and so comfortable in wielding that power. When you play a character like that, especially over multiple seasons, does that seep into your own life personally? Like through osmosis, do you become
Yeah,
sort of a
it
badass?
does. Well, clearly. I've become a badass now, so there you go. Yeah, it kind of gave me the guts to ask to direct on some level,
I
I
read
think.
that channeling your inner Diana sort of helped make
It
you
did.
decide
I mean,
if you
you
were
know,
ready to...
it just also made me question why I don't have that confidence in my capabilities.
Got you.
You know, like, what is that? What's standing in my way of that? And how could it possibly hurt you to ask?
I love her. You can watch Miriam Shor dive into a bunch of her other roles when Couch Surfing drops on PeopleTV this Friday. And those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Bethany Frankel unleashed a tirade at Luann on Wednesday night's Real Housewives of New York City. We are breaking down her breakdown and so much more in our weekly Housewives recap. Plus, one man is taking on a Guinness World Record of epic proportions. It's going to take a lot of time. You're not going to believe how many times he has seen the new Avengers movie. Stick around.
All right, guys, we've been talking about this a lot. A source tells people Bradley Cooper has a huge and overwhelming connection to Lady Gaga, but could it blossom into anything more? Well, according to the source, that remains to be seen. After news of his split from girlfriend Irina Shayk, everyone immediately started talking about his relationship with Gaga.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that people had buzzed about before, then this brought it right back to the surface. The source adds that the rumors of Gaga and Cooper's love affair didn't help his relationship with Irina. They were seen holding hands on numerous red carpets, the Oscars performance, obviously. Irina did seem supportive of it in the audience during the Oscars, hugging the two of them after that steaming performance. But what else are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a difference between movie characters and then the actors playing them, obviously. And these were passionate roles.
Yeah, now Cooper was apparently really consumed creatively during the making of A Star is Born, which makes sense. He even thanked Irina for putting up with him during his BAFTA acceptance speech. There were reports that after award season, Cooper was making it a priority to spend more time with his family. But the source added he's very into his work and trying to take advantage of every career opportunity right now.
They added that Irina is really just focused on protecting her family. She's not focused on fame at all. The fame, the pressure, all of that, no doubt, takes such a toll on any relationship, but especially if there's trouble brewing, you know, that would just intensify it.
So the breakup could just be that he was distant because he was into his work. Fans really want him to get together with Gaga. Doesn't mean it will happen. Time will tell, and of course, we will let you know if that happens.
We are all over it. But we wish everyone the best,
Yes,
everyone
we do.
involved, especially the little kid. All right, Andrea, what's your favorite movie? Mainly, actually, let me say this: the one that you've seen in the theaters the most.
Oh, I was gonna say my favorite movies I haven't even seen in theaters: Braveheart and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
The
Mind,
old VHS
which I haven't even
back
seen
in the
in
day.
theaters. Gone Girl is one of my favorite movies.
Okay, saw in theaters.
That I saw in theaters.
I saw mine is maybe this is sad. I don't know. I saw Titanic 3 times in the theater
But
when I
Titanic's
was a
a
kid.
great movie.
But
that
I
I
would.
would see 3 times in theaters, but I'm not someone that sees movies more than once in theaters.
Yeah, me either. Not normally.
But
well,
you did for Titanic.
I did for that one. That one and only. Like, there's one man in Florida who claims to have seen Avengers Endgame over 110 times.
Which is really crazy.
We should note the movie is 3 hours long. His name is Augustin Alanis. He's 30 years old.
So Alanis is trying to secure the Guinness World Record for a number of times someone has watched Avengers Endgame.
So he's well
they
on his
have
way.
records for everything
Yeah.
these days.
His goal is to see the movie 200 times before it gets removed from theaters. And to accomplish this goal, he spends his weekends going to the movie theater 4 to 5 times a day. Again, it's a 3-hour film.
This is crazy. And he's also paying for all these tickets out of pocket, by the way. So let's take a look at Alanis' Instagram. He tracks every time he goes to the Avengers Endgame. He takes a selfie with his ticket stub, sometimes with an usher.
Do the ushers watch him? Does
You
he
gotta
stay
have
for
proof.
every?
You have to
Does he
have
stay
proof that
through
you were
the
there.
movie?
I think he does.
According to his Insta story, which is in the highlighted section so you can kind of track along with him, he started this mission 7 weeks ago, which is pretty impressive. Look at all those photos.
I mean, we're rooting for him.
Yeah.
Right?
The question is it a common thing for people to kind of obtain this level? I think in the world of Marvel fans, it seems more likely.
This is a little extra, though.
a little extra,
but Marvel fans are loyal, and also if you want to get that record, right?
Well,
I think it's doable.
A Marvel fan previously broke the Guinness World Record for most time seeing a Marvel movie in theaters. His name is Steve Ruppel, and earlier this year, he saw Captain Marvel over 120 times in theaters. Apparently, this is his 5th world record. So I guess you can get out there and do it if you're really committed. But
I hope he beats the record. Yeah.
I mean, you want it to pay off for something.
Yeah. And today is an extra special day in the Avengers and Marvel universe. It's Chris Evans' birthday. We asked you earlier in the show to send in your favorite gifts of him to celebrate with us. So let's take a look at what you've been sending.
Oh, a little dance on
A little
Ellen.
dance move.
Single ladies dance. You can do it. I also get this excited over pizza. Yep. Oh yeah,
I mean,
the Chris
he's just
Evans
a cutie.
laugh. I like. I admire his beard game.
Yeah.
He's
got
really
good.
developed that strong game over the past, I don't know, 3-4 years.
He does. Pretty solid.
All right, keep sending in those gifts. For now, we move on to this.
The internet has gone wild over a 4-year-old from Minnesota named Daniel. Daniel lives with autism and is mostly nonverbal until he surprised everyone by singing along to the smash hit Old Town Road.
We talked to his mom, Shaletta Brundage, who tells us that she is celebrating.
It does not feel like a miracle moment. It is a miracle moment. This is an answer to a prayer that we've had for 3 to 4 years. Daniel hasn't put 2 or 3 words together since he's been born.
Now, you did have a conversation with the singer behind the miracle moment, Lil Nas X. I want to play a quick moment from that interview, courtesy of WCCO.
I'm happy to say that my blessings have rubbed off on you guys. And yeah, I'm here to help in any kind of way that you need me to.
Man, that was a really powerful moment. It's obviously great that his hard work and tenacity are affecting your family like this. You were very emotional there. A breakthrough moment. Is the sky the limit for Daniel now? What do you think?
I think that Daniel has reached a turning point. Something about this song clicked something in his brain, and he is interacting more. When he first began singing the song, he was kind of in the back of the room. It was very quiet. His voice was very faint. And now he is in front like little Michael Jackson. He's got the microphone, he's singing, he's dancing, he's looking up at the TV, he's, repeating the moves, and I mean, he is just turned into a little boy. And the other morning he woke up and he wanted to go down and sing Old Town Road, and I told him no Old Town Road, because we have to use short phrases. And he walked right up to me and he looked me directly in the eye and he said, "Yes, Old Town Road."
For you, what's the message you want to send to other parents, especially other parents who are living with children with autism?
Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Try everything. Who knew that achy breaky heart would lead to my son's breakthrough? We've done hundreds of hours of physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, behavior therapy, special education classes, and all it took was Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus singing from their heart to touch my son's heart, to lead him on the path and the road to recovery.
Yeah, some amazing turn of events here. So now, how are Daniel's therapists working with him? I would imagine maybe a lot of Old Town Road playing during visits with them.
Oh, yeah. They're using it as a reinforcer for Daniel, and they've actually incorporated it into his therapy sessions.
Wow.
So if they want to get him to do something or learn something, that's the carrot, that song, that video, his cowboy boots, the guitar, the hat. Whatever is around that song and the things that he likes that are related to Old Town Road, they use that to get him to learn, and it is really paying off. We started potty training, teaching him how to wash his own hands. I mean, in just 1 week, he's made so much progress, more than he's made probably in the past 2 years. They're going to be using a lot more music. Apparently, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb doesn't work for this little cowboy, so we will include Achy Breaky Heart. We might do a little MC Hammer. We don't know what's coming up yet, but you know, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, they all might be thrown into the mix.
Yeah, he's gonna have an incredible playlist.
Yeah,
right?
I love this story so much. Now, the family was so excited. They shared an all-night dance party to celebrate Daniel's breakthrough, but only after she broke down in tears first.
2 of Daniel's siblings also live with autism, but he's the only one that's nonverbal. It's great to see how Daniel's improving through this. It truly is kind of a miraculous step, and it's true what the mom said. You try everything in this situation, as they did, you never know what's gonna work, and this really clicked for them.
All right, now take a look at this.
Love the cape thing
You like the
got
cape?
going.
I was feeling shafty this morning.
He's a little fashion, you know, a little fashion icon. Yeah.
Have you done a cape before?
I've never done the cape, but I was all into like summer leather kind of thing. You know what I mean? I just wanted Chelsea boot, like anything I could hide a gun in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Down for.
Yeah.
I like it.
It works because, because it's the summer leather because it's airy, right?
It's
You don't have the full
airy,
sleeves.
right?
You can
Like
breathe.
I could technically fight in it if I needed to. I could hide all kinds of stuff back here.
It's a great cape. Regina Hall and Jesse T. Usher star in the latest installment of Shaft, which hits theaters nationwide on June 14th.
Jesse plays Shaft Jr., Regina Hall plays his mother, and the pair told us how their auditions went, what it was like working with co-star Samuel L. Jackson, and how the third generation of Shaft has evolved with time. Take a look.
He's like anti-gun, you know. He's uncomfortable talking about a lot
yeah.
of things. He's not misogynistic.
No.
He's raised by like essentially a single mother.
Mom, yeah.
He's a very different take on what it means to hold that name. But you know, he does throughout the course of the film learn what the responsibility that comes
Shaft,
from being a Shaft.
And you know what's so great too is that it makes the other Shafts not have to compromise who they are.
That's true.
Because, you know, Sam Jackson Shaft can only be that Shaft.
Yeah.
And, you know, Richard Roundtree, he can only be that Shaft.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of great to have these points of views on this superhero. You're a superhero.
You're a superhero now.
That's why I wore the cape.
That's
why you wore the cape.
Obviously. Yeah, but there are so many great moments in the movie where those personalities kind of clash and those different generations clash. What's the most millennial thing about you?
Maybe the use of my cell phone, like that type of thing. Like, I mean,
Technology.
I started like hooking up a bunch of new stuff at the house, and like I can control everything from my phone. That's got to be the most millennial thing about me.
And just cool thing.
Yeah, it's like people ring the doorbell and like their image pops up on my phone, and I'm like, oh.
Wait, really?
Answer the door. Yeah. Like,
Oh,
it's
that's
sick.
really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
See what I'm saying? You gotta get on it. You gotta get on it. Yeah, they got all that.
My doorbell doesn't work, so you know. They're just outside ringing mine. I'm like, I don't know. It really doesn't work.
So wait, was there any interaction with like Samuel L. Jackson to kind of bring him up to speed on some of the tech? Because it seems like you're the guy.
A little bit, but believe it or not, Sam is pretty caught up.
Is he?
He's pretty
really
caught
is.
up. Yeah,
on the
he is.
music, everything.
I was just gonna
He's
say,
almost like a millennial.
He might as well be a millennial. No, there's not much that you can really teach Sam about.
The movie has so many funny moments. It's so well written and well done. The cliche question that everybody asks, what'd you do for fun on set? But what'd you guys do for fun on set? Maybe when you weren't shooting?
Just mess with Sam, like to pick at Sam, because
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, he kind of picks and chooses who he's gonna be cool with.
Yeah.
And
I like to eat Sam's food. That's what I did.
He always
Sam,
had
he always had good food.
He always had good food.
And good desserts.
That's true. I honestly, I would practice my golf swing because he set up like a little tee on the stage. I practice my golf swing with his clubs. I still don't think he knows that. So we're not gonna talk about that outside.
He's gonna know now.
But you said that he picks and chooses who he wants to be cool with.
Yeah,
Does he sometimes
like, for
give
sure.
you like the silent treatment, or?
If Sam does not like you, he will not entertain conversation with you. I'm dead
sounds
serious.
about right.
That's absolutely true. People come
But
in.
you'd have to have a reason for him not to.
Right. He doesn't just look at you and be like, no.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Something you've done or have said, and
Yeah.
he's like, not really going to engage with this person.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. He's pretty gracious, but you know, he definitely is like, oh, that feels like nonsense, so we're gonna turn you off.
You actually have an interesting audition story
About
that involves him, right?
About him vanishing or like popping up into the room?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was the first person in the building because I was supposed to meet with the casting director before, like have a conversation about the script and stuff. So I saw her come in and her assistant and Tim Story and everybody, John Davis, like I saw everyone walk into the room. And then, you know, I sat there for a minute, I got my head in the game, and then I walked into the audition room itself, and Sam is sitting dead center on the couch like this. And like, yeah, I asked him, I was like, did you sleep here? Like, how the hell did you get in this building without walking past me? I'm standing right by the front door. The entrance to the room is right next to where I'm sitting. There's no way you got, Sam Jackson did not walk past me and I missed
You
him.
wouldn't have missed him.
I didn't miss, like, you know what I mean?
He probably was there early before anybody else.
Real early, right?
I saw them open the door. Like, I was outside,
He
they
was like,
unlocked the
"Give me
door.
a key. I can go in when I'm ready.
It doesn't make sense. And like, I mean, they gave me a list of people, like these are people who are gonna be in the room, blah, blah, blah. His name wasn't on the list. So I'm like, all right, you're just doing this to with me now. Like, I don't even know if I can curse, I'm sorry, but you can just do this to mess with me. And then, you know, he put me to the test from Jump Street and we kind of worked through the kinks then.
Regina, how did it work out for you? How did the whole thing come about, just landing in the movie? And
Well, I had worked with Tim before, and you know, he was like, I want you to read the script. And I thought it was great, you know what I mean? And by then, Jesse was cast, and you know, pretty much everyone, which means that whoever they offered it to before me might have passed. Because you have to think, wait, how late am I getting this?
But
I
nonetheless.
must be number 2 or 3, probably. Well, what about Regina? Which one?
Oh, no. Okay, we'll do it.
And someone was like, yeah, I can see that. We start shooting in an hour. We got a call. No, I'm joking, but not really.
One of my favorite scenes was the capoeira scene with that dance circle.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you have a martial arts background, right?
I do, but not in capoeira at all. No, like not even close.
Were you doing those moves in that?
Majority of those moves I did.
Wow.
I did like 2 months of training in California before we went out. And we learned like very specific moves. We kind of choreographed that whole thing and just worked on that because, you know, we didn't want to get there and be like, cool, you've been training for 2 months, so like, what can we do? Like, we didn't want to have that conversation. So we kind of worked it out very detailed and, you know, to the point. And then most of it I did.
Wow.
We had a pretty great stunt double there just in case things fell apart. Because, you know, take 14 or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I'm sick of this. Let's
I bet you kill a dance circle. Now with those
a dance
moves.
circle? Not with those particular moves, but I am known to bust down a dance circle.
What is the move? What's the dance circle? What's
It just depends on the circle, who's in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's a battle type of thing that's going on. You just never know.
Whether or not you got the cape on, that would
Whether or
probably
not I got the
that's
cape.
Gonna change the
I'm in the
move.
circle, the cape's coming off first. I'm throwing the cape.
That's when he's serious.
Initially, exactly.
That's when he's about
You
to
see
hurt
his face?
somebody.
It's going down.
Regina, what's your vibe in like a club? Are you like middle of the dance circle, or are you kind of on the sidelines?
I am middle of my mattress. I'm home.
You're home.
I'm not at the club. The
A glass of
club,
wine in hand. And good to go.
I'm home sleeping. Like I haven't gone to clubs in so long. I stopped going to clubs in my 20s.
Another thing I found really funny was your relationship with Samuel Jackson's character is that it's this guy that is just trouble, and he keeps following you around, but there's a part of you that just like can't resist him.
I know.
I know. They're the worst, but I feel like everyone has that guy.
got one of
Stay
those,
away. Oh, yeah. It's
Everyone
like, I just have
has
to
one.
stay away.
You
Do
stay
you
away.
have inspiration? Like, is there somebody from your past you just, I gotta stay away from that person?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I've probably stayed away so long now that it doesn't even matter. But like, you know, there's a time period where you are, and I can't imagine having a child by someone. I'm sure that keeps you connected even longer, you know, and then if he's kept up, you really want to see them like not look good anymore. You want to see time have beaten them down. You know, time has hurt them. You want hair loss. You want, you know, obesity. Not just a couple pounds, because that can make them look nice still. You want pure obesity. And you want like a financial just devastation. And then you can see him and say, thank you, God.
Right.
But if he still looks good,
He's doing well.
and smells good and is doing it, that's when it's hard.
I know, and Shaft is still looking good.
Yeah.
Has
Doing
that
his thing,
swag.
Yeah, no, you need a full demise.
Yeah.
You need a full demise. And then, now I have one of those where when I see him, I'm like, eh. My friends are like, you dodged a bullet.
If you guys would rather me go, go.
No, I don't. I love you. I care about you. I'm not asking you to leave. Why? It's not my house. I would never ask you to leave. I think you want to leave.
No, I don't want to leave.
But you don't act like you want to stay.
I'm telling you the reasons, okay?
Oh boy, we are about to discuss that emotional moment and so much more from this week's edition of The Real Housewives of New York City Take Miami. Plus, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills are in Provence, and The Real Housewives of Potomac are still in New Orleans. It's finally here, the triple crown of Housewives vacation episodes. We have arrived.
And here to dish on everything from the chic to the bleak within the Real Housewives world are People writer and reporter Jody Guglielmi and People TV producer Sam Belikov. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Good to see you. Let's break this down. In that clip we just saw from The Real Housewives of New York City, Barbara having a bit of a breakdown. Sam, tell us what's going on in this scene.
So Barbara has all season, just felt like the outsider, and I think it's finally come to a head here on this trip where she kind of can't get away from the women but doesn't feel involved with them. It's different if she's going to their parties and their events, but here she really feels like an outsider. And Lou, she was so there for Luann at the beginning of the season, and Luann hasn't really been there for her. Luann kind of stepped away right before this, and that's part of what's building to all this tension that we're going to see throughout the episode. But Luann's just not there for her close friend, and when you're a new person, your close friend has to be the one that kind of shepherds you into the group with your other friends.
Yeah, so Sonia went with Luann to an AA meeting. Once they met back up with the other ladies at the beach, Sonia had a really rough time of her own. So let's take a look at this.
I feel like really overwhelmed.
I know, baby.
Let's get the food to go.
The dress is
Okay. To go. All right, I'm gonna get
We were
the
on
food
the
to go.
beach, like swimming, going in the water and stuff.
Okay, honey, we're gonna go.
This isn't. Okay, we've been having such a great time together at the
Listen, honey,
house.
just
Good food,
Sure, we'll go back to the house.
I can't be
let's go
here
back to the house.
after
I mean,
what I
was
saw.
hoping to go for a swim. Anybody want to go for a swim on the beach?
Not really.
So
Nope.
Jody, first off, why do you think Sonia went to the AA meeting with Luann? 'Cause she didn't really want to. And what was the reaction after the meeting really about?
I think she went to the AA meeting really to appease her friends. She had tried to kind of talk her way out of it and say like, oh, this is just like me being Sonia. This is just who I am. I get crazy, then I chill out. But when her friends pushed her, I think she was like, okay, all right, I'll go. And afterwards, she clearly does, and she admits she has a complicated relationship with alcohol. And going to an AA meeting, I think it overwhelms her. I think it kind of all bubbled up and it came out in an anxious way, and that's what we saw.
To me, in that moment, it's kind of like it strikes a really honest chord in the midst of the show drama that
Right.
then they all kind of collide. Sam, what do you think of the way that everything went down with Luann and Sonia after that AA meeting?
I mean, in that clip right there, you hear her saying, like, she wants to go for a swim, she wants to go for a swim. Like, there's a time and place. This is not the time and place when your friend's having to break down to go for a swim. It's very kind of amusing to me that Barbara, whether consciously or unconsciously, used Luann's iconic "not really" against her. Luann ends up going for a swim despite it all, and it kind of creates some trouble.
Yeah, and everything going on with Barbara and Sonia added to weeks of tension between the ladies and Luann. It came to an explosive head at the night's dinner in Miami. So first, Jody, what did you think of Barbara standing up to Luann, airing her problems out in front of the group?
I was proud of her. I was impressed. I mean, it's hard to be the newcomer and to already feel on the outside and then to take a stand against the one person that you felt camaraderie with. So I was like, go Barbara. I was into it.
Yeah, like a strong moment.
Right,
Okay,
it was
so
impressive.
Then Tinsley jumps into the argument to defend Barbara. Watch this.
Well, it's not my fault. That's not my fault.
I'm just saying. It kind of is your fault in the sense that you
Chiming in over there.
because you let Barbara do that for you.
Let her do what for me?
To have the shield, protect you in that way, and you never stood up for her.
I never what?
Oh,
really? I didn't understand what you said. No, I just didn't understand what you said.
Yeah, I'm drinking, Luann.
All right, Sam, what did you think of this moment?
Luann's high horse is like as high as the Trojan horse here, higher and higher. And it's just, you know, I think just like Barbara stepping up for herself, it's really good to see Tinsley speak up for herself. She's been on for 3 seasons now, but she has always been sort of, as she self-described, the kid sister of the group, which you can see they even treat her like that. It's kind of a little, well, not kind of, very rude that when she speaks up, Luann is like, why are you chiming in? Like, they just don't treat her the same. So it's nice that Tinsley is like, yeah, I'm not going to be dismissed anymore.
And that the other ladies rallied around her too, because I did not like that moment. So the comment that Luann made about Tinsley sets Bethany off. Off she goes. So here's a small part of Bethany's breakdown and takedown of Luann. This is after she tells Luann she's dined out on her sobriety.
You are really
Look in the fucking mirror. Look at me. Look at you. You never checked in on Dennis. Not once. You never asked about Dennis. You never asked.
I did.
You never asked. No, you
course
don't.
I did.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Every day it's about you. Every fucking day it's about you.
It is.
Every fucking second it's about you. Oh, because I didn't get a massage. Because you're a that didn't even have lunch with us today, that you go to look at your own poster.
I went for a swim at the beach, for God's sake.
You're missing her pain. You're not getting it. It's so sad.
This is so sad.
Honestly, this made me feel so bad for Bethany. Clearly, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
This was hard to watch. Yeah, what did you make of this, Jody?
I mean, I think it's exactly that. It was so hard to watch. I kind of sat back and was like, I can't imagine being at that table. And I think Bethany, you know, her and Luann have kind of had a weird season. She was so there for Luann during her intervention. She helped her get into rehab. And then Luann has kind of continuously taken shots at Bethany. And so I think that a lot of this was stuff bubbling up to the surface. And you could see Bethany was hurt.
Oh, I know.
She was hurt.
See it and hear it.
Yeah, Sam, what's your take on that scene?
Well, yeah, I fully agree. I mean, I think it's not just about Luann. It's definitely about Dennis and other things that have been going on with her and these, you know, things that maybe she didn't even realize she felt. In the after show, Dorinda said she felt like everybody was, that Bethany was a mouthpiece for everyone. So I think that's a really important thing to take, whether consciously or not. I think these women were feeling it. But wow, Bethany, wow, to quote Ramona, to be on the other side of one of Bethany's, you know, attacks, whether or not, you know, she's going through it herself, I couldn't imagine it. It's something, and Luann has been on the other side of it many times.
So there's that,
Throughout the years.
and let's watch another moment of Bethany's breakdown.
I had lawyers come to your house on a Sunday. I spoke to your kids. I sat outside in your driveway to make sure that you didn't drive your car. You almost crashed the boat and killed your friends. You were running in a field in negligee and had to be taken in cop cars, and I made sure that they didn't record it so you didn't ultimately get arrested.
I was not in a good place.
You left the rehab that I got you for free 2 weeks early and said,
I didn't leave
you
2
said-
weeks early.
Yes, you did. You
No,
left early.
I left a week early to go because I had to
It was
work.
cabaret!
Yes, and I needed to go and do that.
For cabaret, you left
I needed to
rehab.
go and do
I
that.
got it for free. You're sick.
Oh my goodness, again.
I don't think I've ever seen Bethany
No,
this riled
the
up.
sound of her voice is like
Right.
next level
It
even
cracks.
for Bethany. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cracking. What's your take when you watch that, particularly what Bethany had to say?
You know, we've known that Bethany was involved in helping getting Luann back into rehab, but I don't think we knew the depth until now. Like, some of that stuff has not been out there, everything that Bethany did. And I think that I understand her being upset. I think that when Luann is putting her career in cabaret ahead of her health, and Bethany has been there for her so much.
And went out of her way for her.
It went out of her way for her. Like, she literally went down the laundry list of things she's done. I can see her feeling a little betrayed.
All right, yeah, a lot of drama there, and much more drama to come from New York City ladies next week. But now let's move on to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The cast heads to Provence in this episode, and this type of luxury is why we watch Beverly Hills, right, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big reasons Beverly Hills, separated from the other housewife cities, they, are all pretty much the wealthiest across the board, I'd say, as an average, and they go on these exotic trips. The New York ladies are in Miami. It's not that exotic. They still brought the drama, but the Beverly Hills ladies, it's really nice and fun to see this glamorous, aspirational life, and we get that more from Beverly Hills than the other cities.
Yeah, not all the women, though, were able to join on this trip. Lisa Vanderpump didn't come. She wasn't speaking to the women, and as we saw last week, Denise Richards and Camille Grammer were still in California dealing with that whole Woolsey fire in Malibu. Jody, what did we learn about their situations in this episode?
I think this episode showed just how unpredictable the fires were, because at one point, Camille is calling the group saying, I feel so lucky, the fire just missed my house, everything's okay. The next morning, her house burned to the ground. Yeah. I mean, it was very sad. And we actually saw footage of her house on fire, which for me, I don't live in California, so I didn't experience it. It was very striking to see that image.
It shows you how serious it was.
Right, exactly.
A lot in this episode. Kyle also opened up in this episode to the other ladies about having an eating disorder when she was younger. So Jody, this was a big, tough moment for her, right?
It was something that nobody knew about her, and she's been on the show for a long time. So I think that just speaks to how deep-rooted it was that she didn't really want to talk about it, but I think it was very brave that she did, because she certainly didn't have to. She said she had never even talked to her daughters about it, and I think that it was a very moving moment, and it was a very real moment for her.
All right, so at a private dinner, just when we thought it was over, Bunnygate came up once again. Teddy and Kyle kept bringing up how Rinna dressed up as Erica to confront Kim Richards. It did not go over well with Lisa or Erica. Watch.
But I'm not coming at anyone. I'm trying to have a conversation so I can understand.
However Lisa Rinna interprets Erica Jane or whatever behavior she has does not reflect upon me as Erica Girardi as a person.
So you didn't think it was weird?
It didn't affect me at all. As a matter of fact, I'm glad that they moved on. Teddy and Kyle are very relentless about, shouldn't you be offended? Shouldn't you be upset? Shouldn't you? If I was upset about it, I would have been upset about it weeks ago and not tonight here in France. So stop ruining my night. Thanks.
So Sam, we've got this back and forth. Do you understand why it seems like Kyle and Teddy want Erica to be offended?
No, and Kyle and Teddy don't understand either. It's one of the weirdest scenes in Housewives history, and I know that's an overstatement, but it's like, what is this about? It's like, I feel like they feel like they just want to bring it up, and I'm not sure. I mean, my biggest guess would be Kim Richards. Like I said last week, or 2 weeks ago, Kim Richards is a destabilizing factor. When she's on, Kyle feels like she has to defend her or else she's not being a good sister, and I think it all boils down to that. I think ultimately Erica is saying, you know what, like Lisa Rinna is her good friend. You don't dress up as your good friend for Halloween if you think it's gonna upset them. So like, that's it. That's the end of it. Like, I'm not offended. My friend dressed up for me as Halloween, that's it.
I have the honor of a friend dressed up as
me too. I don't know
Only in this world is it so offensive.
Either. All right, let's move on to the Real Housewives of Potomac real quick. We're still in the Big Easy having the big not so easy conversations. There was, surprise, surprise, some tension between Karen and Giselle once again, this time erupting over some beignets at the world famous Café du Monde after Karen asked about Giselle's ex Sherman. It wasn't the first time. Let's take a look.
I went to Karen's house and she asked me about him and I was like, yo, I'm not discussing him with you. And she said,
you're setting boundaries with me right now, and I hear them and I receive them.
So, boundary up.
Listen.
Boundaries.
Boundaries down.
Boundaries.
Tell you what's going to go down here, because I don't give two about this, but as a friend, would you say you want to be? I was just asking, when did that happen?
I'm not discussing it. You
It got back to me that Sherman was seen in sex with another woman. So my guess is my girl Giselle had heard about the rumors already and she thought I was about to out her at the table. But I'm not her. She outed herself.
I will say I love the music. You mentioned that before in time, the soundtrack. Sam, what did you think of this fight and Karen's interview here?
What's funny is I was just thinking, watching that clip, that basically the entire Real Housewives franchise should be retitled As a Friend, because it's always just like something that you say, like, as a friend, I wouldn't have done this, and like every fight stems from that, and that's the biggest thing between Karen and Giselle. I mean, I have to say, as a friend, even if she didn't say it to her in scene, Karen shouldn't have probably said that in the interview, because ultimately it's still her putting her out there on blast. So it's not the best, and that relationship is fraught.
Caution when someone says as a friend, they're about to drop something super offensive. And
It's the new, like, no offense.
no offense at all. Sam, Jody, thank you for being here. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure to follow along with us and watch The Real Housewives of Potomac Sundays at 8, Beverly Hills Tuesdays at 9, and New York City on its new night Thursdays at 9 starting next week. All on Bravo.
My little sister's getting married before me. And I have 4 more to do this year. 4.
Yeah, I got you beat. 6. I feel like once everybody saw 30 on the horizon, they were like, hey guys, you know what? I would like to get engaged.
So many weddings. In the hilarious new film Plus One, Maya Erskine and Jack Quaid play 2 young people who are trying to survive wedding season.
They plan to team up and take on the weddings together, and what follows, well, you have to watch the movie when it comes out on Friday to find out. But we got some advice from the seasoned wedding guest pros on how to be the perfect plus one. Watch.
Probably don't get too drunk.
There's a fine line.
Yes.
You can get wasted
Yes.
up to a point.
Up to a point.
And then things get a little dicey.
Don't lift the grandmother up when you're all dancing. That has happened before and can get very dangerous.
What?
Yeah, my friend Aaron, he got really excited, didn't even know her, but was like, oh, you know, and it was Shout the song, and everyone was like, no, please don't lift her. She just had hip surgery.
If you're doing a speech, I do have tips for you. At least say your words out loud one time. I've seen some wedding speeches where it's very apparent that they are saying the words for the very first time.
Yeah, or they're talking about their own issues and it becomes sort of a therapy session where they are searching for their love. They've never had love before, and then it gets off track.
Yeah, don't make it about you. Also, you don't need to, I feel like a lot of, especially best men, think that you need to rib the groom a little bit and tell an embarrassing story. Doesn't need to be too embarrassing. It's fine.
Don't try to be too funny. Like,
feel free to move around. There we go. My girlfriend and I at weddings, we do a thing called 5, 6, 7, 8, which is just you say the words 5, 6, 7, 8, and then whatever, you both have to land on a dance move at the exact same time, but it can be the most weird, obscure, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. But we both have to be doing it at the same time, then that
you have to match each other.
We have to match each other, but it has to be full body.
Right.
Yeah.
And evolve.
Yes.
Wedding dancing is the best. What's your move, Jerry?
No, the coordinated dances at a wedding are always good. I get into the stupid line dances, like the electric slide and stuff like that. If people play it, I'm there.
All right, I like the dance circle. I do the worm or the splits. Well, wedding season is not over for Jack just yet. The actress mom, Meg Ryan, announced her engagement to rocker John Mellencamp back in November. Jack could not be happier for them. Watch.
I was just super psyched. I mean, I'm super psyched. That's my LA native coming out. No, I mean, it's just incredible, and the two of them are so happy together, and I couldn't be more floored, really. It's amazing.
Yeah, we're excited for them as well, and with all his newfound wedding experience, we think Jack is probably going to be the perfect guest at that wedding, right?
Yeah, and Maya is also known for her work on the hilarious Pen15, which just got picked up for a second season. So we had her on for season 1. She's hilarious. So we had to know what fans can expect to see from the new episodes.
I think we're gonna try to pick up where we left off in the last season, so it might get darker, just in terms of dealing with what happens in a household when 2 parents are divorced. For Anna's character, I think because the girls stay in 7th grade forever, and that's the conceit for now, they're stuck in this limbo forever. We don't want the evolution to stop, so I think we'll still explore other things that they could encounter in 8th grade or 9th grade or even 7th grade, but, you know, more mature content.
Yeah, the show's really funny. They really tackle some interesting topics. Maya even filled us in on some ideas that are kind of being thrown around for season 2.
I'll just say, we just started the writer's room Monday, so I'm just gonna throw out keywords. We might stick with them, we might not. maybe wrestling, a school play, Ritalin, ADHD, Irlen syndrome, and divorce support group, and walk for cancer.
Hell yeah.
We might use none of that, but yeah.
Or all of it at once.
Or all of it at once, yeah, all in one episode. We pack a lot of story into one episode.
The two of them are great together.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking one last look at your Chris Evans birthday gifts. See what you guys are tweeting. Oh.
What we got
see
here?
me.
Okay. There he
Oh.
is. See me again. Oh.
Yeah, that's really impressive that he's able to.
Happy birthday to the man with the best Steve Rogers impersonation. All right, we got another one.
Cheers.
Is that it?
All right, we'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that.
Happy birthday, Chris Evans.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Coming up tomorrow, what's it like to work with a legend like Kevin Bacon? His City on a Hill co-star Aldous Hodge is telling us all about it.
Plus, are you a mini golf fan? Jeannie Mai will be here talking about her new extreme mini golf competition series, Holy Moly. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Jasmine Roth. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Roth, and this is one last thing. The last time I went on vacation, I was in Miami yesterday, and it was beautiful. I was on the beach, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go to New York, and got on a plane and came here. The last time I stepped up my fashion game was definitely last week when I went shopping, because I needed some new clothes, because you can't wear construction clothes to a show like this. The last time I treated myself, you know what? I got a massage like 3 weeks ago, and I got my nails done.